My sentries were getting sniped down, and I was like, oh man, this is just awkward. I've already lost my third before the fights even started, really. What I really needed to do, though, was pull up onto the high ground of the fourth and the high ground of the natural and just defend behind the wall. That's where the opponent's army becomes really bad. This was a very short-term strategy. Like, I don't think my opponent's economy was very good. I didn't actually pay attention. But, yeah. Fuck, we're playing PvT vs Epic? Oh, right. This is gonna be tough. I'm not gonna scout. We're gonna do a nice greedy opening to try and take advantage. Contrary to Terran's popular opinion, Protoss actually tends to get more out of, in a standard game, getting away with no scouting. The money you get from that is worth more. Didn't get to go, sadly. But it was very fun from home. Everyone said it was sick. You could probably even go gas first if you're not scouting, hey? Get like tech really fast. It's direct from LA. Or Dallas. Twilight Council far back, not as exposed. Still like to go Adept first so we can get some vision. The Adept is permanently licking the backs of toads and then going on a vision quest. It's literally the unit's purpose.
Combat awaits. Ire shall be we serve. Let your will be heard.
I am here in the shadows.
Where?
The one the Stalker.
Naja come. We are of. Give us your command. Hordes Allah. Forward. Not. Yes, Executor. Glorious combat is upon us.
I am the voice of the eclipse. I am here in the shadows.
Yes, Ire. I have met the enemy.
Your research is finished. Go, Cost.
I am here in the shadows. Sleep thy bidding. For the record, cold it is the void. I am here in the shadows. I am the voice of the eclipse. I am here in the shadows.
Research is done. Now go make those probes are hurting.
And they can't fight back.
I really thought he'd back off the Hellions.
I am the state thy bidding.
It's cool.
Where?
I am state. I am the heart. I am here in the shadow. Cold is the void. We are. I am here in the shadows. You require state. I am here in the shadows. You require my skill. Cold. We are one with the shadow. Let our enemy know our fury. We are one with the state.
That's easy. Okay. It's not expecting more tanks back there, but we should have had the observer in mobility mode actually checking what we're going into. Pretty basic error.
Warriors have entered combat.
Shit. Hey! That's what we're looking for.
I am the voice of the eclipse. Very well. We are one. You require cold is the void. State thy bidding. State. You require my eye cold.
We gotta charge it?
Let our enemy know our fury. You require my. I
Upgrade complete.
Upgrades ready.
You require. State thy bidding. I.
A mineral field is gone.
Oh dear.
I serve.
Mineral fields depleted.
You require my skills. Intriguing.
Your research is finished. Go cause trouble.
Let our enemy know our fury.
You've mined a...
Let our enemy know our fury. You require. Let our enemy know our fury. I am.
just bashing your fighters. Those scoundrels.
Your base is under assault. Upgrade complete.
Embrace the glory of battle.
Upgrades ready. Use it well.
My life for hire. We stand as I am here in the shadows. My life for hire. My life for hire. We embrace the glory of battle. My life for hire. I return to serve. My life for hire. From the shadows I come.
Mineral fields depleted.
Battle is upon us. From the
You've mined a whole cluster.
Nothing left of it now.
from the shadow,
A mineral field is gone.
Oh dear.
we are one. We seek ours. The merging is complete. Jakku in. Battle is upon us. I return to
They're attacking your base.
Ooh, so serious.
battle is upon us. We are I am here in the shadows. We shall stand against the darkness.
Upgrade complete.
We embrace the glory of battle.
Research is done. Now go make it worthwhile.
I am but a phantom. From the shadows I come. I return to serve. Battle is upon us.
Your research is finished.
Against the darkness. We embrace the glory of battle. My life for hire. It shall be as you. We are my meditation.
Mineral fields depleted.
We embrace the glory of battle. The merging is complete.
Got him. Woo!
And you have some.
Woo! Yeah, boy. Yeah.
Great. You've mined a whole
We got
cluster.
82 probes.
Nothing left.
Pylons on the edges of the map, always very useful. Those DTs came in huge. 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 This big. Gigantic. Whoa, hot diddly fucking damn, guys. That was a good game. So that Hellion drop, I was like, nah, he won't keep going Hellions after we shut down the first two. But, you know, he did, and he did a real tight job of it. So was this a gas first opening? Or is this just barracks gas and they can hit a drop that fast? Let's check. So obviously depot goes down first, but is it gas or barracks first is the question. It's gas first. Yeah, okay. So it was actually a gas first. I should have realized from the time those Hellions popped out. Didn't quite click in my head because we almost never see this in TVP anymore. I still like gas first, but don't see pros do it very often. So, that factory is actually 3 seconds late for a gas first, the factory, but still, immediate swap over, immediate 2 Hellions. So seeing 2 Hellions when I've just arrived, like with that shade, I should be like, whoa, 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 why are the Hellions already out? If it's barracks gas, at most the Hellions are half done at this point, at most. So this was a good recall. Picked off an SCV, recalled out of there. My Stalker came out and put some damage on it, which also made him want to dive in. Tried to bounce me out, but we had a secondary choke there even after the first one. So this was really good. Now, something I could have done is delayed the Robo and gone much faster second and third gateway. And just being like non-stop Stalkers and shit, and that would have been real nice. I think going on the map with the Stalkers definitely is greedy here. I should just be locked down. There could be a Liberator that comes in. Hellion starting to dive in the front at the same time. Notice there's nothing in the wall. If Hellion somehow came in the left, they could just dive in. It's 4:30, and you know, it's like warp in, dude. Get these warp heads. And a bit too slow to react here. Yeah, very quick double forge, but you know, this should have been 2 Stalkers warping in here immediately as well. I mean, the pylon's good. If you could get a second pylon down by reacting even quicker, that would have been amazing. We take a lot of damage here. I thought these probes would all get out, but even this, look at that lineup. He actually gets a nice lineup and a second double shot, which is pretty nice. So it gets me down to 29 probes versus 35. What I'm proud of here is I applied my generic rule for coming back. If you're fucked in a game, you're pretty behind. 37 SCVs plus mules to 30 probes. You're fucked, right? There's 2 things I do here to get back in this game. I say, number 1, counter pressure as hard as possible with almost everything I've got, leave minimal defense. So let's try to put the hurt back on him. Maybe we get equal damage because he's overcommitted to the aggression. The other thing is, I said, look, I've still got 3 in Xi. I'm just going to chrono probes like mad, which I didn't do the greatest job of, but it's what I was aiming for. And I'm going to drop a really fast 4th base. Actually, that's more of a reaction. Basically, I'm saying, look, I'm going to play very low gas. These 3 gases are all I will need all game. And I was even considering not putting back on that gas. And I was like, we're just going to get double upgrades, 10 gateways, and make a fuck ton of zealots. And if I played completely standard, his push would come. I would not be able to stop it. But I was like, look, if we just commit really hard to zealots and try to get an angle where we can surround or flank, all you need is zealots to win a fight. The cheapest, most efficient unit in the game for every race is like Marines, Zealots, Zerglings, right? The problem is they're weak to splash. They're not good at like forcing a fight. You know, you kind of have to set up traps with them, right? You need to kind of like come in with a surprise flank or something like that. So that's what we were kind of struggling with, was being like, okay, how do we get that fight to happen? Just chrono probes. And then when my Stalkers and my Observer comes in, as soon as I saw the 3rd CC, I was like, oh, you're just turtling up to 3 base behind this. Okay, you're not actually going a quick 2nd and 3rd barracks. So I immediately sent a probe over to the 4th. I'm chronoing probes. I cleaned up the Liberator with no losses, which was nice. I blink in, and I lose 1 Stalker, 2 Stalkers here. He almost gets the 3rd one, but not quite. So I was like, fuck, ow, that hurt. But at least I know he's just building tanks. He's going a Raven. We can get our 8 Stalkers we've already committed to, leave them on his side of the map. Other than that, it's just power. Probes, upgrades, 4th base. Try to get like 70 probes, almost all on minerals, and just make a fuck ton of zealots. And if he plays really turtly, we'll start to transition from there, but the idea is to always have enough zealots to just fucking jump in. And that was a very important snipe. If we didn't get that Raven, this Observer that sits here for the rest of this game would have been caught much easier. And that Observer gave me so much vision. Gave me such power in this game. So you can say I'm down 20 supply. This is not looking good for me. But because I'm building 0 units, I finally make 2 sentries just so they can gather energy. And I finally start making zealots, but I'm already up at 65 probes. And most importantly, if we look at my mineral income, really big mineral income, bigger than his mineral income, which means raw basic units I will have more of. I've got a Warp Prism ready to backstab and counterattack. I've got Stalkers and Observer making sure I'm not getting pushed. I'm picking off a unit or 2 wherever I can, constantly. Just picking off little units. And then I'm like, fuck, he still hasn't pushed? Okay, I think I do need to transition. So I slowly start adding gases, Robo, Colossus Bay. and all this sort of stuff. I also have a very quick 2-2, of course. So it should be slightly ahead. I think with this push, still a very scary army, especially since I started committing to other stuff. But I think it was the right idea to be patient. Part of me wanted to just go out here and just sandwich that army with 2 halves. But I think committing to a big warp in here, as well as getting these pylons going, was the more important thing. So let's look at how much damage this actually did. I didn't micro this nearly as much as I should have. But it looks like we killed a lot of SCVs there. So at the end of that, he's down to 56. So he's lost about 10-12 workers. And he's doing a great job of getting these tank shots on me. I'm like, fuck, we're taking big damage. I don't have a flank set up. I want to jump on this army, but I can't right now. But I know I've just forced a lot of his army home. So I'm like, shit, get the flank going. We've got to jump on this army before the rest of it joins up. I know he's still ahead of me in overall macro. We're also going the DT shrine at this point, saying, all right, maybe some DTs will help us line this up as well. So the zealots come into the flank. They don't really care too much about tank shots. We jump in like this. Now this is a good pick up and evacuate. Saves all the units that aren't tanks. But I also realize that if I fight again right now, all my zealots are low on hit points. We need to let the shields regenerate. So I'm like, back off. Just back off. Buy a bit of time. We start sending a zealot run by into the third because I figure that's pretty undefended. And I'm like, all right, let's go. Go for it. Force a stim. So this is actually a good trade for me, I think, because he's out of medevac juice. So like that's actually not bad. This like I kept realizing here, he just has more raw numbers than me. We're on equal upgrades at this point. It's not looking good, man. It's a shame I didn't get to focus that tank down, but I didn't have any high ground vision other than the Colossus, which was awkward. But once again, Zealot's getting in there. Zealot run bys are one of your most powerful moves. And, more SCVs go down there. And then we're actually holding on against this army. He's getting very low on hit points every stim. He's really struggling to heal it up. And then we go, okay, DT warp ins. We start clicking DT into the natural, into the third. 2 on his army. He uses a scan, accidentally sees one, uses another scan. So the DT comes in and is like, hey buddy, you're out of scans now. You should be close to it. And then DT into both bases. Lots of SCVs start falling. And that's what I've got to do damage because we're not super high on tech. So if I wasn't actually hitting SCVs and getting those counts down, this would have been really rough. But I mean, we end up getting him very low on SCVs, down to just 2 base roughly. And I know I'm not microing it that much, but I set up a big zealot run by in case he counter pushes. That'll swing in. We're going to reestablish our 5th base in the central location. I think at this point we should have 3-3. Yeah, 3-3 kicks in ahead of him. Storm's on the way. We've got more DTs warping in and just rallying into these bases. I know it's very hard for him to kind of defend every base. We came down hoping to blink on this drop. Weren't quite able to get it. We keep setting up this zealot run by. Storm is now being added in. So we've suddenly got Storm and Colossus. So our army just jumped up, power spiked really hard. And we're kind of veering around looking for these run by paths, pick off a few units on the right. DT runs into the third. He tries to bypass me and go for a push. And I'm like, oh, fuck that noise. I would just go straight in here. I'm like, I'm not gonna dilly-dally. We're just gonna go for it. And it's kind of scary because there's no warp prism. But with that DT killing every SCV on that base in the middle of it, a big storm to start the fight. Unfortunately, my High Templar were not well spread. These ones, I let them get too clumped. Good EMPs. But we do make Archons. The Liberators go down because they're sieging mid-battle. So the Stalkers take those out really easily. 3 Colossus with 3-3. The Immortals doing good work. Zealots even come in from behind in the tail end of that fight, which is really fucking nice. And obviously at the same time, Zealots were tearing up the natural. So he's down 38 SCVs. Super fucking proud of that win, guys. My PvT's been getting a lot tighter recently. And fuck, we just 60. I know Epic was good. I didn't realize he was 6,300 MMR good right now. Damn. Damn. That's a lot of MMR.
Instant justice
Score.
is delivered. In comes a paddle from west.